All right, what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. Let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs fans. What's up, man? How y'all doing? No, I haven't made a video about y'all in a while, but I'm back now, and let's talk about it, man. Can the Chiefs repeat as Super Bowl champions? Now, I want to talk about the Chiefs real quick because I mainly, now that my Giants are complete another trash, now it's time to follow some of my favorite players in the NFL, and probably my favorite player in the NFL is Patrick Mahomes. Light skin thunder, as I call him. You know what I'm saying? But the Chiefs, here's the problem with the Chiefs, right? Can they repeat as Super Bowl champions? Of course. Kansas City Chiefs, and they have the best quarterback in the NFL. They have the best quarterback and probably the best player in the NFL. They can repeat as Super Bowl champions. Here's the problem, though. You guys need a number one target. Now, people might say, well, RJ, they already have a number one target, Travis Kelce. Number one, Travis Kelce just got injured. So, his ankle's going to be messed up. I know he came back in the game, but that was adrenaline. That was straight up adrenaline and all the adrenaline shots that they put in his ankle so he can go back out there. And number two, I'm sorry. I don't believe you can win a Super Bowl with your tight end being the number one wide receiver or number one target. I think the only reason why they did this is because they had Patrick Mahomes. And honestly, they had Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju's not the greatest, but Juju at least moved the chains. Juju's actually can run routes, and he's actually athletic. These bozos that they got at receiver right now are beyond garbage. Kadarius Toney, trash. I can't even that number one guy, Pachenko. He's like a running back slash wide receiver. Like, bro, they're literally running the Texas Tech offense that Patrick Mahomes running with Cliff Kingsbury back in college. And I don't see how you can win a Super Bowl doing that. And when it comes to the offensive line, look, I'm not the biggest fan of the Chiefs' offensive line. I'm really not. I believe if you have a golden goose at quarterback, you need to protect him. You don't want to Andrew Luck him. You don't want to do what my Giants did to Daniel Jones. You don't want a Justin Fields situation where he's running for his life. Like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees is chasing him, and he's running down trying to get a touchdown. But at the same time, it seems like the Chiefs can work around it, and it seems like Patrick Mahomes can work around it. So I guess we have to, we gotta accept it. I mean, me personally, Chiefs, if you guys can get a decent right tackle, maybe sign what's his name? Well, whoever that I forgot his name. I know my Giants were talking about him. There has to be some right tackle or center out there that you can go get to protect Patrick Mahomes. By the way, Patrick Mahomes almost got nicked up in that Bears game too, by the way. If Patrick Mahomes is gone, your team is done. Your team is done. But at the same time, it seems like the Chiefs want to roll with this offensive line. It is what it is. But you guys need a wide receiver. And I have a few wide receivers here that I suggest. Number one, I made a video about it. Go actually look up the link to it. Mike Evans. Go get him. He's questionable, which means he probably doesn't want to play for the Bucs anymore, which sucks because I kind of want the Bucs to win that division so I can win my money off of CEO, my co-host. By the way, tune into the Unfiltered Sports podcast every Sunday. Yeah, shameless plug. But Mike Evans, go get him. Or Chris Godwin, go get him. If you guys get Mike Evans, no one's beating you in the AFC. No one. Patrick Mahomes and Mike Evans might be the Brady, what's his name? Randy Moss connection back in 06, 07. Number two, this one just kind of came out of blue air. This one is more realistic. Adam Thielen. I know what you're thinking. Well, Adam Thielen, he's not that good. He's not doing anything in Panthers. I get it. But here's the thing, though. Patrick Mahomes has shown you if you just give him a wide receiver that's decent enough to move the chains, is athletic. I mean, Adam Thielen might not be that athletic, but he's a great route runner. If you can get him someone who can move the change, then he can win a Super Bowl. He can compete. And Adam Thielen does exactly that. He's a slot receiver, just like Juju. He can move the chains, and you have Travis Kelce and Adam Thielen out there with the rest of those bums out there who can get open because they'll be so worried about Adam Thielen and Travis Kelce. And this is the most realistic trade that you guys can probably get, because the next two guys, I have no idea if you guys can pull this off. If you guys can pull this off, whoever the GM for the Chiefs is deserves GM of the year. If he can pull these two guys I'm about to pull off. Number one, Justin Jefferson. Now, is this realistic? No, absolutely not. But at the same time, I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, bro, listen, Justin Jefferson, listen. Kirk Cousins is done after this year. His contract's over. Kirk Cousins is going to go to a different team, or the Vikings might trade him, and the Kirk Cousins experience was a failure. It was a failure. You guys went to the second round one year and lost to San Francisco. That same year, you beat Drew Brees and the Saints, and you made the playoffs last year. That's really it, and you lost to my Giants. The Kirk Cousins experience is over. The Vikings might be, and Caleb Williams already said he will come out to play for the Vikings. Now, granted, I don't know if he'll come out to play for the Vikings if they don't have Justin Jefferson, but at the same time, if you guys give the Vikings a lot of draft picks, and the Vikings are going to finish like probably, somewhere in the top 5-ish, the way how they're playing, they might find another receiver. JSN, he might be the next Justin Jefferson. You never know. The Vikings have an eye for talent for wide receivers. So maybe they'll be like, you know what? We, instead of paying Justin Jefferson, we'll just put our eggs in our basket with JSN and, see what happens. I mean, because at the end of the day, they still have to pay Justin Jefferson. And if you give them a lot of draft picks, maybe, maybe they'll give you Justin Jefferson. And you guys will pay him. And then once again, same thing with the Mike Evans thing. This will be like Mahomes and Jefferson. This will be like Brady and Randy Moss. For real. But will it likely happen? No. But at the same time, you got to try. And the next thing up is Mike Evans. Mike Evans, this one's a 50-50. Because that bum Derek Carr, the trash, horrible, garbage, piece of garbage that he is, I'm not going to go into that, has a connection with Chris Olave. It seems like Chris Olave and Derek Carr have a bigger connection than Mike Evans and Derek Carr. So why not go get him? I mean, the Saints, they have Chris Olave, who's probably going to replace Mike Evans. They want to get off that Mike Evans contract that they gave him a few years ago, and they have Alvin Kamara back. Maybe the Saints are like, you know what? Maybe we can win the division with Chris Olave and what's his name? Alvin Kamara. We can give up Mike Evans. We can give up Michael Thomas. That's his name, Michael Thomas. And I honestly believe Patrick Mahomes can revive Michael Thomas, because Michael Thomas was considered a top 3 receiver in the NFL. He has fallen off the map. People don't even consider him the best receiver on his team anymore. They say Chris Olave is better than him. I think Mike Evans will be good for the Chiefs, because he gets to go with the contender. He gets to go with Patrick Mahomes. He gets to get away from that bum Derek Carr, who's not, worst quarterback I've ever seen in my whole life. And you guys get a guy who can at least move the chains. Maybe Mike Evans can go back to what he was back with Drew Brees, because I'm going to keep it real. It's looking like Drew Brees carried Mike Evans more than Mike Evans carried Drew Brees. And you're telling me Patrick Mahomes can't revive him? How old is Michael Thomas? That's actually a good question. How old is Michael Thomas? He can't be around. He is born in 93. So let's look up how, because he can't be that old. He's only 30. Stephon Diggs is 30. And he turns 31 next year. He's still, if Mahomes can get a few more years out of Mike Evans, you got Super Bowl contenders every single year. You guys were considering getting DeAndre Hopkins. He's older than him. I think DeAndre's 32, 33. Stephon Diggs is 30. Mike Evans will be a great complimentary to Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. And when it comes to it, man, listen, Chiefs. You guys need to put something around Patrick Mahomes. You have to. You got to. Because at the same time, it's Patrick Mahomes, man. Every year is a Super Bowl year for you guys. You guys won 2. And I'm looking at the AFC. I mean, okay, you guys own the Bills. This is the best year for you guys. Because I'm going to keep it real for you. Besides the Bills, who you guys own, Bengals ain't looking that good. Jacksonville, who I thought was going to be good, they ain't looking that good either. I mean, they're looking better than everybody in the division. But are we sure the Texans can't win that division? The only team that I see you guys get in the way of that is the Bills. But I'm going to keep it real with you. You guys can beat the Bills. It's kind of like, you know what the Bills is? The Bills are like the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you guys are like the New England Patriots. Like, the Pittsburgh Steelers had so much more talent than the Patriots, but you know what the Patriots had? They had Bill Belichick, a.k.a. Andy Reid, and they had Tom Brady, a.k.a. Patrick Mahomes. And for some reason, the Bills cannot get out their own way. They have Stephon Diggs, who's acting like Antonio Brown. They have no Le'Veon Bell, a.k.a. a running back. Josh Allen's basically Big Ben, a big, tall, white guy who can run and who has a cannon for an arm and makes dumb decisions around every time it's time to be clutch. And they have a defense who for some reason disappears in the fourth quarter when they go against Patrick Mahomes. So, I mean, listen, Chiefs, you guys need to figure it out, man. I hope you guys do. Let me know your thoughts on this, man. RJ out.